well, guys.
Indeed, Dan is still out of action at the moment, so we have Alex here. So more fun to be had, and I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I think that INTZ are definitely an underdog, but it's a Brazilian, it's a national derby, and those can get crazy. And we tend to see this a lot in ECS. We saw they had lots of results between these two teams in ECS. And INTZ are, when they come up against the Brazilian teams, they tend to take it to all 30 rounds in almost every map, but they've got to be an underdog. I think FURIA, the executes can be so strong. For me, I find it interesting that they vetoed Inferno over Nuke, INTZ. And from what I've seen on Inferno, they're not very good at that, but FURIA are so strong on Nuke. I'm very interested with that.
No, and it's been something for a while with FURIA. It's like, how are they good enough for us to have to target ban Nuke? You know, how deep is your map pool? When their results are as promising as they are, of course, let's not forget they made NRG sweat a great deal. I think it was double overtime versus NRG. In the end, they did fall, but that was one of the losses FURIA have already succumbed to. This is their shot now.
I think now that FURIA have recently become on everyone's radar, I think that they're going to get counter-stratted. We've seen it before in some tournaments, and that's going to be hard for them to adjust on the fly in the short term. I think stylistically, NRG with Stanislaw specifically on the team was a pretty good matchup for Nuke. From what we saw from Stanislaw and his team already in the last week or two on Nuke and the proactive plays on the CT side, I think that's kind of how you need to break FURIA down. But I don't know if INTZ have that in them at this moment in time at the very least. But it will be Inferno that we start on, not Inferno, sorry, Train. The pick of INTZ, and it looks like FURIA will be starting on the T side.
If you're wondering as well exactly what's on the line, I'm sure the desk have made it clear, but just to recap, the winner of this game skips a long road of Counter-Strike. There's already been a long road. You have to qualify for what is now the minors, and of course, you will have an opportunity to get yourself to the minor play-in if you lose. You have an opportunity for that wild card spot. But that's a whole lot more Counter-Strike. And we're into the round. FURIA versus INTZ. Abel's just going to be casting his eyes towards Brown Halls. He is going to have some company. It's going to be Zan first on this assault. It's going to be a question of timing. What's its angle like? It's not bad. Fires off a warning shot. Nothing quite to connect. And already a body dropped. Nice work from Art. Catches Destiny towards the outside. He was just the lurk. Still the lion's share of the T side start to gather in Brown Halls.
INTZ had AbleJ off guard, but they maybe slowed things down, so FURIA would go to a more standard setup rather than a big rotation towards B. 3 players await, though, in the B bomb site. No HEs or anything like that. And INTZ will creep. They've got a flashbang that Yell can throw over the top. There it goes.
Looks good.
Yeah, so far away, though, that it'll only flash the players for half a second, and they're just looking for the repick. This is very interesting. Just standing in the choke point with all the guns. They do have 2 P250s, though, so they've got that range advantage.
This is becoming more and more of a common buy. And maybe KNG and Cello can show us exactly why. Patience being displayed by FURIA. Still have a smoke and a kid on Yuri as well. That bomb's not even down. Zan starts to charge, though. He's making the steps. Vinny still lies in wait. Now the fight starts to show up. Keserato does fire off some bullets. And Vinny, patience rewarded, too, as he swings. Can't find the third. KNG in trouble, though. On towards the site. Does have the bomb. He gets the frag. Zan's got one, too. He could get the plant if he wants to. I say that, he's got pressure from every single angle. One up top starts. He's got to be doing everything necessary for round number 1, and the CTs, patience prevails.
That was a really interesting pistol round. It's not so often you see those kind of plays, just waiting in the choke point with the numbers advantage, looking to live that headshot and having one person creep. It was really awesome. Almost like scouting at the beginning of a StarCraft game. Just
sending
a probe out. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So very unusual pistol round, but I like it. Didn't quite work out for them. It doesn't mean it was bad. 2 P250s we picked up again for INTZ. So we'll see if they can do any damage to the FURIA economy. That's got to be the priority. Along with a bomb plant, that would be a nice bonus, a money bonus for the squad. See Cello spreading again, that probe play. Not quite working out for him though, but he's got some information.
That's all I can think now. Cello is straight up a probe. He is Protoss for sure, at least in this round. So there isn't really too much of an end goal here. Just hoping for some CT mistakes. Just a little bit of an overextension would be a lovely treat for them in the grand scheme of things, but it is an interesting one. Take a look at the CTs, you know, that 3 SMGs, they're going to be the first contact, at least that's the intention from the CTs. They've got Art at the back. He's managed to invest all of his pennies into that org and already managed to find one with it. A round 2 org on Train. That is, I mean, it's terrifying because what are you going to do to contest it? Throw your Glock at him across the map? It's just not happening.
That's not easy.
He's taking it close though. P250.
Oh!
Could get awkward. That's a Glock. That's an AUG. That's a problem.
Yeah, now the numbers game comes in. It's going to be pretty hot for him to get to the bomb site, though. One player will cross KNG, and he can play off of his teammates. Destiny with that AUG, looking to get some more done. That's one of the weird things. It's not often you spray unscoped with an AUG.
James, it's actually happening. Just 2 SMGs left. Sure, kits, but no nades, really. One flashbang on towards Yuri. They're starting to gather. The bomb will go down courtesy of Yell. Yuri makes his presence known towards Halls.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for him. They just don't have Kevlar, so he is pretty well equipped. They both are. K-Raptor waiting to play off of his teammate, gets a little upgrade. Also fast firing, the FAMAS. But where are the last 2 players? They've got 2 kits. There we go. Way too much damage done. So it is super awkward with the AUG, because if he goes around the corner with the M4A1 or M4A4, either one, he gets that kill there. But no one really knows what that spray is with the AUG, so it's just not going where you think it's going to be.
And hipfire as well. Let's not forget the most recent changes to that AUG. It's lost a lot of its prowess in close quarters, especially unscoped.
Yeah, so that's a mistake he might not make again. Learning the hard way. Now we'll see again. We can't underestimate the importance of that, because look at the money FURIA have in the whole. If they survive with, say, 4 players, 5 players, they probably have another buy afterwards if they need one. But now, because of those costly mistakes, they will be straight into Eco Town if INTZ are successful. INTZ, excuse me. If they are successful in this round.
It's a lot of syllables. INTZ. In my mind,
I've got tongue twisters this morning.
When I first saw it, I just thought it was like, you know, when
Paulins.
You're making EDM music with your mouth, you go.
Yeah, we started with INTZ, but we got told off in the online season.
Nice work from Cello towards Pop Dog. That's going to be first blood. Vinny gone. Yuri's responsible for Ivy, and he's going to have a lot of responsibility as they start to gather. Bomb is not committing anywhere, though. Let it be known. Cello and Yell's scouting mission has brought them nothing, and a silent walk coming out of Ivy here.
And spotting over the smoke. Well, they have some good position. There are various fadeaway flashbangs, which there's no fire in response, but they will see KNG and he gets taken away. Destiny's in the red, and this is not quite working out for INTZ. They're lining up in main, and goodbye. This is exactly the kind of round that FURIA need. Yuri all over the place. That's a beautiful recovery after a strange anti-eco round. 4 players survive. Maybe they get an AWP that KNG had. Now these Brazilian teams are not shy to play a slow round on the T side. There were some good positions made, but they all got cut to pieces.
It's such a standard way this position Yuri's in right now. I think this is a perfect example of why people find themselves hugging this train. You can be supported by a long distance supportive player from even Pop Dog, and you can swing around and hold con.
Yeah, the teamwork, the 2-man setups on the A bomb site of train are so important. And there's so many different things you could do with them. The alternate angles you can hold Ivy from, like that brown train and so on. Fur has a good video on the MIBR channel, which I always give shout-outs to, with various setups, because I think a lot of people won't know how to play off of a teammate on train. So definitely look that up on YouTube. Definitely worth a look.
I didn't realize that Fur has the body of a Marvel superhero either.
I know.
I saw a recent tweet. I was like, okay, so you're made of stone. Congrats, I guess.
Yeah, he's feeling himself at the moment. Bit of selfies.
Gamers are exercising, man. They've worked it out. Play better when you feel better. Smoke does go down on ramp. That's probably going to keep the T's back just a little bit. The dream here is a plant, perhaps even a frag. It's going to be a tall task, though. Not a single point of damage done to FURIA. Full weaponry in their arsenal.
The counter grenades are not great for FURIA on the B bomb site right now. They've got no HEs and Molotovs. K-Raptor has one, but he threw it on A as he almost rotates into the B bomb site. Ooh. Now, again, FURIA don't want to be losing plays like they did previously. KNG creeping and Ivy gets taken out, but that won't cause a rotation.
I like this.
Yeah, they're creeping behind the sidewalk, looking to do some more damage. Again, they want to keep the CT economy honest, and they prioritize that over trying to plant the bomb, which I respect. Maybe feeling that FURIA have some weakness in situations like that, but they will prevail on this occasion, and that is the money built for the CT side.
Yeah, that's going to start to build the wall for sure. INTZ yet to get off the starting mark. Still early days. This is map 1 of this rather intense consolidation final. I keep saying constellation, it's always wrong. Consolidation.
Consolation, here are some flowers.
Exactly. Consolidation final. He's charging. Look at Cello. He's full white, though, and it's going to be a bit of a brawl. Another flashbang comes in. Doesn't stop Vinny while he does the dance. He gets the frag. Cello gone. Destiny 2. And Xander, he can't do anything. Just catches Art with the SG before he falls. And you blink and you miss this round. KNG's not done just yet. Makes a solid rattle across train with his AWP. Brings it to a 3v2.
Look at Able J charging through the B-bomb site. Again, very few of your opponents remaining. Allows the TTs to take very aggressive positions, just close down the map. It's so much information to have him in that spot. Allows the other two players to concentrate on A. KNG's like, maybe we'll reset the situation, and Able J says no. That's one of the strengths of the proactive CT side. KNG, he'll get 1v1s at least, so that is something. That might be an issue, though.
Go for the craziest wall bang. There's no way. There's no way KNG gets Vinny here. Look at this off angle. Oof. Yeah, very quick. Great work from FURIA. The 3 in the round from Vinny. He opened and closed that round with his AUG. Have you done that before? You say AWP and your brain's like, okay, org, AUG.
No, I normally say org.
Oh, I can't stop. Acronyms.
I can't remember what it stands for.
I'm going to go for automatically understood gun.
We fired an AWSM at Accuracy International, who make the AWP, and I've got to say, that was the most insane vibration.
Wait.
Well, it was the most insane vibration through my body until I fired a Pack 40.
Oh, okay.
And then, then I just raised the stakes a little bit.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to feel the vibrations I felt on the little scooters on the Berlin cobblestones I felt the other day. My goodness. 7-0, Yuri yet to die. And a distinct absence of frags across the board for INTZ. Admittedly, their economy's not been fantastic. It's not going swimmingly for them, though. That's 8 frags in total for INTZ. Yeah, Yuri's on 7 alone.
A round such as this is rough, and it shows how much they could benefit from a bomb plant. The bonus money would help them execute with grenades. For example, on Ivy, the standard grenades, you're going to throw a Molotov on one side and a smoke on the other to create some space to force the CTs back. Maybe even a smoke on both sides.
Double AWPing.
So they're pretty limited in the forward positions they can take.
That's for sure. Destiny, though, does get caught by the nade, albeit slightly, down to 59. Is this indecision? Is this...
This is standard. This is a standard T side for many of the Brazilian squads like Luminosity and INTZ. They are very, very slow-paced. We used to see a team like Luminosity, for example, they would start moving through choke points with like 20 seconds left in the round, which is, again, if you have the wrong error, the round is over. You don't have time to correct or make do, really. It's just over. So we'll see 40-second mark and they start to creep towards main. But again, all right, there we go. We've got a headshot from Yell, but in comes Yuri. Won't spot the players go past. They may have heard his scope, but again, there's bomb plant pressure. Now, there's nobody towards the Ivy position for the CT, so KNG could allow them a channel with which to plant the bomb. Yuri may be feeling a little nervous now. 23 seconds, and they're still creeping from Olaf to Ivy. And again, lack of Ivy control is going to be a problem for the CTs. Nothing but headshots from INTZ, but there's 15 seconds to plant this bomb. And there we go. Those are all the important frags to allow them to plant the bomb. It's so important for FURIA to hold on to the IV position. So that's the main issue, I think, apart from getting shot in the face, of course.
Yeah, Yuri did not last too long. Yell, what a way to open up this round. He knows K-Serata is going to take that fight on Connector. He knows he doesn't have to leave main before that fight's given to him, and he gets it, walks into the site, finds another 2, as Abel looks to save the M4.
Just imagine if FURIA aren't walking into angles with that timing towards A main. If they have a flashbang or something, they force Yell off the angle, then he post up with whatever weapon. We might see a different round, just based on off of a flashbang, basically. I feel like it doesn't really, outside of the value of the flash itself, I don't really feel like FURIA are losing much by using a flash in a situation like that. But the way INTZ play, again, I think like with different styles on a map like this, if you're able to hold on to a few grenades like a smoke or something, and you have a well-timed grenade, then that's going to be enough to just ruin their day.
Recap all of the actions straight after it happens. And understandably, first round lost. Tactical pause called by FURIA. It'll be the first of this consolidation final.
It's a pretty nice jersey they have.
I was admiring it just now, actually, yeah. What's this? What's the
It's
big
one of the more
stripe?
wearable ones.
Is the big stripes like a part of the cat, right? I think that's what they've done. Down the center of the chest, I think.
It could be a tree.
Tree.
If it's a tree climbing cat.
Cats do climb trees, don't they?
Yeah. You know, the most awesome one is jaguars, man. Jaguars even take out alligators.
They are gorgeous animals as well.
Are awesome.
I remember there was a very famous video on YouTube, you know, back when YouTube was very, very early days. There was a really cool video of like a alligator versus, was it a lioness? I just remember the internet was crazy back then.
Battle at Kruger was the big video.
That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of.
That video is epic.
Kruger. God, that's weird. I've completely forgotten about that name.
So, all right, we'll see Destiny. Little anti-flash play. He's waiting for a forward play from the CTs. A pop flash into A main. So he's looking away half the time, which gives him good odds to avoid a play such as that. But maybe FURIA will pick up the pace a bit later on. So if FURIA were lighter on weaponry and grenades and so on, then maybe they'd be more inclined to make a play like that to try and make up for it. So it's nice to see INTZ looking for that. But again, they're just fishing for somebody to walk into an angle. So if FURIA can use their flash as well, then they can stop that from happening. But of course, they have to pick the perfect time.
KNG responsible for Z. Destiny's going to be one to look towards Zoloff. Keserato does get spotted, but given a chance to reposition. Flash, Destiny tagged again. KNG's desperate to see Keserato swing, but he's not falling for it. Bomb still loose, as you can see. 38 seconds, it's going to start to become a problem. In terms of utility, they've got another smoke. Abel has one. He could continue to lock them out of this one. You can see it does start to plume. 30 seconds as the new smoke arrives.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in the previous round. Just the well-timed grenades, and what can they do? They're all leaving the choke point. 25 seconds on the clock. This is what T-side CS is for most of the Brazilian teams.
Oh my God.
They're going to charge into the B bomb site now. Vinny should have the sound cues, and indeed they're stopping. He's waiting for his team to catch up, INTZ, and that's going to allow two players to rotate for the CTs. Art had a chance there, but now it seems the bomb could get planted, and they've got no grenades to stop it.
INTZ, what a call. Yell, he leads by example, charges down the ramp, the bomb does get down, and now Zan finds another one. Abel J gone. They're operating with just 3, but Keserato, he's not done yet. Gets the first on the aggress. A second, Yuri's there. 2 on the ramp, 1 up high. Bomb will be defusing. All right, nice work. Art gets taken off the bomb, and Zan, he's not done. Takes 2. Yuri does find the frag, but Zan with the Krieg finds round number 2. They were so screwed. 20 seconds, a new smoke arrives, and the call is, let's go B.
It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And FURIA, they did a good job towards the A-bomb site. It's hard to have somebody push B at the same time, obviously, for information, especially if they're on their own, the last man standing. I mean, again, Vinny was next to the pop dog, so he could hear the rotation. They started to rotate in. Art missed his first shot. But, I mean, that's such a small margin for INTZ to get that round.
What a sick round from Zan.
A 25-second full rotation from A all the way to the B bomb site is wild. We've got some grenades sailing into main, which will take Yell out, and probably worth a gamble to try and pick that up. Vinny has a flash, but he's not really in position to throw it for a teammate at the moment. So we'll see if that gun is retrieved.
Oh no, Zand starts to try and throw some bullets down towards Pop Dog. Vinny punishes. Deagle bullets into the soles of his feet. Yeah, that's exactly how I'd be feeling.
KNG did manage to protect the weapon. You can see he's just pulled the AK out of main and picked up the AWP again. So you can see him switching weapons to make sure that won't be retrieved. So right now, no guns can be collected by FURIA.
He actually managed to get the AK out of bounds. Nice work.
They have position, though. They have the choke points. And again, even in a situation like this, INTZ, there's a chance that they could go too slow.
They're starting to group, and of course, against the unarmored opponents, it's probably more of a pack animal they want to beat. All 3 of them trade off one another. Swing together, that's the plan, I imagine. And so they start their walk. A gruesome threesome. The Musketeers for INTZ.
Art's actually found a Krieg, so I suppose he went up the ladder to pick that up after the penetration shot of the Deagle. And from his position, he could stop the bomb plant unless they have to go back bomb, but Yuri's going to be a problem in that respect. 22 seconds, this is a problem. You're an anti-eco. You've got a man disadvantage. You can't have this many players alive with this timing because this is going to end in disaster.
Oh my God!
It's almost always going to end this way. They wait until the clock is their enemy. And again, there's no time to correct anything.
That is gruesome for INTZ. They have a heroic round. Like Zand pulled them back into this game with an exceptional 4K. Then this double nade, look at that, straight away, Orpa gone with a minimal buy. Great work from Vinny to find a second early, but Yuri, that's when the round was won. Quick 2 frags with $300 pistol, he takes away over 10,000. That's quick maths.
Yeah, it is. And it's pretty wild, man, but it's not the first time I've seen these issues with INTZ. So again, they don't have all the grenades in the world. They don't have the Molotov to force the CTs back from this angle. Just a dry peek. And KNG will punish shots, actually. He's missed a few shots today, so it might be a little bit early. Might need some warm-up. He's been gifted opportunities and hasn't really delivered every single time. AWP will be collected, it seems. FURIA have been double AWPing in the rounds where they've been afforded it. So we've got Able J. He's just playing at the very, very back of B. Just spotting. They have 2 Molotovs FURIA for a potential retake. We can see INTZ moving together now. Importantly, there's nobody close to PopDog on this occasion for any sound cues, and we can see that INTZ are all over the B bomb site already. Just a round of dry peaks for the T side. And they've got themselves into a 5v4 situation with the bomb planted. They're not deep in their bomb site, though. But again, KNG continues to deliver. He fought to the flames, but maybe he's done enough for his team.
You'd think so. No smoke for this defuse. Destiny, he is being pushed on his left-hand side. He's going to be conscious of it. Doesn't manage to convert. That's the Galil for you, but still damage done. Able, with just 20 HP, still finds his second frag. KSerato's on that bomb. Does manage to find frags. He gets a second one now. Now 1 versus 1. Cello versus KSerato. Time becoming a bit of a factor here. And he does start to back away. Cello knows he's done it. And that will be the third for INTZ. It turns out, when they don't run out of time, they can win rounds.
Yep. I think FURIA, again, they missed a few shots, a few key shots there, like the IV position, spotted one player, the dry peek comes in, doesn't land a shot, then chases the glory, doesn't really know what's around the corner, and KNG's just waiting. And INTZ are keeping their FURIA money honest, and that's going to be an issue. I don't know what their money's going to look like at the moment. They haven't survived with too many players alive in the previous rounds, as you can see, FURIA. And they've only won 1 of the last 4, so they're going to have some issues. So even though INTZ have won some rounds by some really small margins, just the sheer fact that they're getting the frags and taking all the money away from FURIA could allow them to have a reasonable half on his T side.
KNG, that was his reaction to burning to a crisp. Interesting that, okay, there they are. There the AKs arrive. Just going to be Yell who has to make the sacrifice. So it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Very limited utility for this round. I mean, they won this, but it was, of course, a very costly 1 versus 1. It came down to, so what, 1 smoke and 1 flashbang, and they've got to try and go up against a double AWP CT setup. I mean, that's a tall task. It's a tall order. Oh,
again, yeah, just the dry peaks, no flashes. But again, I feel like almost every buy round, INTZ have not had full grenades. They just seem to have less and less grenades from round to round. There's a CT flash, and Not now has position. Is it going to be another dry peek, double peek? And there will be a tag.
He actually hit.
Yeah, those are more issues. Art will get taken out eventually. There's another AWP though for KSerato, and it will deliver 3 versus 3. This is still doable for INTZ. They're starting to move into the site now. The HE is flying towards the default plant, but Zand's behind the smoke. His team haven't committed just yet. Waiting for him to make a play. Through sidewalk he goes, but now it's Yell versus 3. He's behind the smoke, but KSerato has an angle. There are no flashes or anything for Yell. He has the bomb, however, and no one is in the A bomb site.
It's certainly not an impossibility. At least the plant, perhaps. That smoke's going to fade, though, and those CTs, they're not going to be static. There will be an investigation. Already Vinny is considering it, gets himself towards Z. KSerato responsible for the inner sight, and Yell, he's taking the safe route. We'll be checking his corners. With 20 seconds left, he's got time to loop through and clear Old Hal. 15. I imagine Vinny just gets his knife out and charges when he hears this plant sound. 10 seconds, bomb starts to go in. Vinny, yeah, knife out, charging. He wants to try and contest. He does find cover, though. Yell's got a shot.
Well, he's planted a bomb for his team. FURIA didn't seem too concerned with that, just focusing on playing together to win the rounds. Again, if they lost this round, then they were going to be in a lot of trouble, FURIA, but they are able to get the BM going. Pure banter from the Brazilians. They saved both AWPs.
It's all part of the game, right? I mean, we talked about this during that Sharks game, Sharks INTZ. Of course, that was a huge, very loud game, one of the loudest we've had here at the Miners. And it's all in good fun, but it is a big part of the game. You want to get under your opponent's skin. And these guys, they know each other so well. I'm sure in and outside of the server.
In some ways, it reminds me of the American FGC from the arcade days, where people would just be standing right behind you, just talking all kinds of smack while they're recording it.
Exactly.
You know, the good days. But if you can perform under that kind of pressure, then you can perform better than most people. AbleJ with a fantastic job. Beautiful transfer to the third player just as he's running out of bullets. Again, we've got the bomb plant for INTZ, which means grenades and maybe AWPs. And it's a question of damage for Yell. We'll see what he can do. Doesn't have too much to lose. Looking for a flank which won't come. And FURIA will take their time to move forward. He could go for a flank of his own.
I mean, if he gets away with a bomb plant and a cheeky weapon, how much time does he have? They are on the bomb and they're going to commit to it. Kit as well. He's just going to be...
You can see Yuri's he's looking for this flank. But Yell's going to take way too long to get there. Maybe just holding on to his Kevlar instead, which is also fine. Saves him some money so he can have more of what he wants in the next round. I'm a big fan of Yell as a sniper, but I feel like in so many of the rosters he's been on recently, there's always been another sniper taking priority. But I think stylistically, he's really fun to watch, kind of like Art is.
Right.
But you know, he's had Henny on his team, he's had KNG on his team. So, but he did say in a recent interview that this is the best roster he's played on so far, which is awesome.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it's just not working out for Art. It's another missed shot. He's got the skill to do that, but it seems that Train is not the one today.
He was so ready and willing to take that fight. He had the support of K Serato, but KNG so quick on the trigger. And another one bites the dust. King, not Queen. Nice work from Yuri. That's only going to be the one, though. Consolation for the CTs. Yuri and Able. Likely unable to win this round. It's surely going to be the fourth for INTZ. Lovely little spread as well. You can see the two presents in Ivy. That's enough to keep the CTs paranoid. And Yell can slowly make his decision based on the information.
Art's position is really key in CT spawn. If he can take out KNG, then that's going to make a hell of a difference, and he will do exactly that. So now they more or less have position. You can see Sand was through the choke points in Ivy. He's starting to move away. Cello's made inroads into the B-bomb site, which AbleJ's already rotated back into. It looks like Cello spotted him, and he's got the sound cues for Yuri as well. And now the bomb's going back towards A instead. He's taking a bullet for the team, but his team might have position, or do they? Because Yuri's going back to connector. He can be boosted over the corner, but his teammate's gone to old bomb instead.
They're playing this so well. Got to give a lot of credit to Yuri and Able. They have made this so difficult for INTZ. Just Yell now and Zand. Oh, just Zand. He's gone. Able, what a round this is from him. He's all over the map, presents and frags. He's lining up for the flash. Wants to try and find at least one here before they get near that bomb. It's Yuri. It's a fight he wants to take. Does tag him up. That's good. Suppressing fire. Finds the E-box. That's safe haven for now. Big flash. Molotov being thrown at him. He can't take both of these fights. And then with the flames, the bullets, 2 versus 4. And they roar. FURIA overcome adversity.
There it is. Starts with a C, finishes with an O. That was an awesome round. That was an awesome round. Very, very active, proactive from the CT side. Again, AbleJ rotating in CT. Such an important duel with KNG. INTZ move away from the choke points on the A bomb site, rotate to A, but AbleJ's already there, spotted by Cello, but he still wins the duel. Bomb goes back to A. So it's well played by both teams, but FURIA just all over the place, man. AbleJ was the MVP for that round for sure. But credit to Yuri as well. He was in a pretty deep position on the A-bomb site. He moved back to connector, so they couldn't play the numbers. He had cover, so smart stuff from FURIA. And the decisions were fun. The rotations back and forth, the communication, you can see it for INTZ. That's a positive sign going forward.
But what's not a positive sign is this is the first half of the first map, and they have lost 2 rounds. One was a 2v4. They've lost more than 2 rounds, of course. You can see the score 9-3. But some of these rounds that they're losing, there was a full eco. Like essentially, it was like just USPs and a couple of P250s. They lost that round with a full buy, and now a 2 versus 4, which would have swung this game's momentum. I mean, we could have been looking at an 8-4 with a broken, I was going to say broken CT economy. It would have been on its way.
Yeah, a rough spot. We have the initial grenades from FURIA. Don't want to go too crazy with those, though.
Tagged him.
Yeah, Art needs to get in that free-for-all deathmatch, I think. Hasn't got his flicks just yet. But I'm sure they will come.
It connected, didn't it? Where did that damage on Cello come from?
Maybe it
He's
did,
so
but
quick on that flick.
yeah, so many shots haven't resulted in a kill just yet. And it has meant some early 4 versus 5 advantages for INTZ, but again, they haven't always converted.
Smooth moves from Yao. If there was anyone on Brown Horse, he could have Supermaned him right there. KNG's going to try and keep attention outside. Flashes out for Destiny. Oops, that's a little bit of an oopsie right there. Destiny full white. Oh, it's been a quiet game from Destiny. My goodness, the stats. I hadn't taken a look at the scoreboard. 1 kill, 20 ADR for Destiny, round 13. He hasn't been able to make an impact on this T side.
So at this stage, FURIA have 1 smoke left on Able J, who's on the B-bomb site. Excuse me. So again, I think sub 40 seconds is where you want to get that utility to just ruin INTZ's timing. 1 smoke in A main or something like that could be very, very ruinous. You can see them starting to creep towards Ivy. But again, it's 30 seconds and are not through any of the choke points. But maybe, I'm not sure if Yell's in the pop dog. That would be quite important, because then it's going to be, yeah, he is, okay. So it's going to be really hard for FURIA to defend, actually, because INTZ are going to come through all the choke points at the same time, and FURIA are playing for the bomb plant instead. You can see Vinny up top, he's exposed to Destiny, and he's somehow going to survive that. That should have been a kill for Destiny, and that could make all the difference. 10 seconds as they approach the bomb site. Again, they have the Ivy control, and that's going to allow them to try and plant the bomb. Oh, he's missed again!
He missed it just over the shoulder. The bomb goes down. Now INTZ have got a real shot at this. Yuri and Able, they were so good in the 2v4. This time it looks a little too tall of an order. KNG confirms it. Great work. And they will find themselves the 4th, a necessary round. Destiny, he was going to be very much face to palm if they lose that round because of that tag on Vinny.
Crikey. Despite what the scoreboard says, it's a nightmare half for Art. So many key frags have been lost.
Man's on 16 to 4. That's quite the KD. 4, 8, 12, 16.
Ooh,
he's got a
boy.
4 KD. Thank you, maths.
That's crazy, man.
The coach just disappears, collapses.
The trapdoor's open.
No.
Yeah, again, in that late stage, we can see that Ivy is very, very important for both of these teams, but FURIA move away from that and focus on the bomb site instead. So again, just just 1 late smoke.
They do get away with these 20-second pushes, though, don't they? I mean,
yeah, I feel like far too much.
It's very kind of, you know, retro Counter-Strike, kind of Na'Vi-esque back in the day when they would just all suddenly appear out of apartments with 15 seconds left, and the bomb goes down. There's 2 smoke, 5 flashbangs. You can't see anything.
Yeah, but I feel like especially in these these derbies, they're playing each other maybe a little more than playing the actual game. So if they came up against like a European team, I think that would be a lot more difficult. Yell gets taken out. He's made good progress towards Ivy, but there will be a trade, and Zan gets taken out as well. So that's the Ivy position gone, which means it's going to be really hard to plant the bomb. 2 players remain for INTZ.
They did not have a full buy here from FURIA.
He's just kind of forced FURIA into flanking them as well with that Molotov, unfortunately. So that compounds the problems for INTZ. But the peak finally comes in from Art, the dry peak, and again, they lose a few players there.
Cello is going to be, wait, what? Okay, Cello was going to be so mad about that. Look at Vinny's position, my goodness, hanging out on the casting couch.
Yeah, that happened because of the molly that INTZ threw in the pop
sent him
which
up
is
the
just, that's unreal, isn't it?
No way. It's not completely over, but KNG, his days and time is very, very numbered.
Yeah, he's hiding in plain sight. But it's an expensive round for FURIA. They can't really afford to hunt and even lose 1 player. They need to survive with what they have remaining, and they'll do that. 1 AWP at least taken into the next round. Now let's see what INTZ have to offer.
Take this opportunity to remind you watching at home, you probably haven't drunk enough water today. Go grab yourself a glass.
Send Alex a glass of your water at Machine GG. Send your photos.
Send your pictures. Yeah, let's have a look. 2 liters a day. That's really easy. You got like...
See who's got the fanciest glass on the internet.
500 milliliters every couple of hours. You're good.
Initial grenades once again. INTZ will avoid those. Yell down to 58 HP though. So we've got double MP9 for FURIA, and maybe that would invite more aggressive play. But again, INTZ are going to just look for the CTs to peek them. Art's going up top. That can be difficult to deal with. You can see the spot is there, and Art is going to get taken up by KNG, who is just waiting.
Yeah, nice teamwork, actually. Trying to get that info. Went up the ladder to give KNG the call. Draw out the fire. It gets better for INTZ. Looking to end this half with the 5th round on the T side of Train. It's certainly not going to be a bad half. Destiny looking to wake up. He's already got himself a big opener in the round prior. He's done exactly the same here. Just the SMGs. Lots of sacrifices had to be made by FURIA in this one.
Yuri can't peek the spot. You can see the shape of the train. He's well aware of that. And the shadow advantage his opponent has as well. He's just got to wait to look for that fast fire rate. This side he can peek, but the timing is probably not going to work out for him. We can see Destiny starting to creep now. All right, here's the variance. Okay, he's got a sound cue, so he can raise the alarm to his teammates. One of the players is on the A-bomb site, and he only need to worry about one towards B for the time being. And he's confident enough to catch up with his knife out. So it is the last round of the first half. They've got to go for it, but I don't think they're going to last very long. They don't need to peek INTZ because they know the flank is coming from Connector. Just showing some presence, Cello with the odd tap, and there's Yuri taken out. 1 versus 4. He won't last very long. 5 rounds for INTZ at halftime.
A fantastic performance. We are going to be taking a quick break to catch our breath, the players as well, before we jump into the second half of our first map here in the Consolidation Final of the Americas.
And we're back. 5 rounds for INTZ. Considering the way some of these rounds have gone, I think that's quite a reasonable score for them. They managed to get these rounds on the T side. Yeah. They look hard, but they managed to get them. I feel like it's just too tempting not to peek into their angles in T main, and when KNG's got an AWP, that's going to be a problem. They move to the CT side now, and the pistol will be very, very key for both these squads. We saw a very interesting pistol round from INTZ at the beginning of that half. We'll see if FURIA have something similar in store for them.
Lovely little third shot as well from Destiny. Really did manage to just get the ball rolling coming into the second half of this first map. Man on your screen there. And so it's going to be a question of how intimidating is FURIA's T side. 5 acquired in their INTZ's attempt. And now the change of sides. Destiny's looking to go aggressive. There's a flash. They do evade and they frag. Nice work, Art. Using that P250 to great avail. Used and one body on the floor.
What is y'all looking at?
I feel like he's communicating through crosshair placement. He's made the call that they're coming Ivy. And
that's a lot of information for the radar, though. That is the bomb on the radar, so everybody can start rotating while looking for the odd flank. That's a big 2K from Yuri. God knows how he did that. But now they've got to go through the smoke perfectly. So flashbang, but somehow KNG gets 1 kill out of it. But the trade will be there, and FURIA take a very important pistol round. FURIA. I always get told for saying FURIA.
FURIA.
FURIA. Like furious.
I think furious, yeah.
Yeah. Furious FURIA, definitely. With the logo.
I'd be furious after this from Yuri. My goodness, look at that.
FURIA.
Furious.
I'm sorry.
You good?
I'm sorry, guys.
You're totally
I'm not really sorry.
I don't think you can.
But I will stop.
KNG on the scout. I like it. It's just a little bit of an opportunity to perhaps do some damage. You know, maybe there's a couple of Kriegs that you've just bought and you're not going to be bringing into round 3.
I expect a better anti-eco overall from FURIA. I mean, Train, it is tough to get through the choke points unless you're charging into A with flashbangs and so on. They don't want to allow KNG to do too much fishing, though.
Backs away, understandably so. They're going to have to forego control of Ivy. That's not a fight they can take. I mean, none of these are fights they can take, but KNG wants his opportunities. He's been given chances.
Well, the numbers are here for FURIA to spread, but they need to identify where these players are. Vinny coming out of Pop Dog is certainly going to help, and he will take KNG out. So now they've only got Zan to worry about. And there's plenty of time. Look at that. They've got a minute on the clock with which to plant the bomb, excuse me.
I thought you were laughing.
No. My asthma is trying to explode my lungs while I'm talking.
Okay, go get your magic asthma pipe. And I'll remind everyone, Zan does only have himself an unarmored sidearm. Perhaps just hoping there's going to be a FURIA member hunting him down. Highly unlikely, though. But this is where things get awkward, right? Your margin for error is going to start to just slip away. FURIA, they're going to convert this. They haven't lost too many players. You didn't invest heavily, admittedly. But coming into round 18, if it's a similar outcome, INTZ lose a lot of their room to maneuver. 12, 13, suddenly those silly rounds that can slip away take you to match point. With Nuke on the horizon as well. I mean, INTZ, if they want to compete, and Nuke is around the corner, and that is FURIA's playground.
Yeah, it's a difficult spot for them. FURIA are going to be nasty on Nuke, I can tell you that. Well, he's really making sure he gets through the door, right, with all those passes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you belong here. That's what he was told at day one. He's like,
I'm the CEO of StarLadder. Look at all my passes. If you add them up, I've got max credentials. Yeah. They stack.
Accumulative. Yeah, that's good.
All right, so KNG will have the scout once again. This is not how they wanted to start the CT side. I do believe that the scout was dropped to him by Cello in the previous rounds.
This looks
here
quick.
We are. Yeah,
oh, wow.
It does look very quick indeed. KNG's going to get some tagging up, and this could be a complete catastrophe for FURIA. They have some position. They've got to move through this train yard, otherwise they are going to get smoked.
They're going to get all that utility out of their hands as fast as they can. They don't want to be just wasting it, squandering it. Every time they lose a player with full utility, it's just gone. Money wasted. And round not done yet. Bomb in. 3v4 for the post plan.
They've got one flash on K-Serato. That needs to be good. He can throw it into the middle of the train yard for Able J to peek.
It's a great molly. Forces KNG to just group up with the others. Less places to worry about. You don't have to be concerned about Heaven. He crosses towards Oil. He's low. He's even lower. 6 feet lower. Nice work from Destiny. Yuri in response. Okay, Serato to hold his flank, and they're doing such good work. FURIA, they do it. Yuri, he has been their hero. First in the pistol, now here with the Krieg, a quick 3.
Beautiful cover from FURIA. They used what little utility they had to take position away from the CTs. Eliminating the high ground was so important for them to limit the possibilities on that retake, but the two men covering each other from the sidewalk and the default plant was awesome as well. Started so hard for them. Great effort from Zand, and the damage from KNG from the connected position as well. That's a really bad spot, but again, they're just a stronger team.
It was 2.5 versus 4. I mean, that tag from KNG, especially when he's on Heaven, that limits him. He has to either go down the ladder and be exposed or leap to his death.
FURIA are in a monstrous position on train at the moment. It's a really hard spot for INTZ. They may not see a sniff of an AWP on this half. Buy round starting with a scout is disastrous. This is why I eco on pistol.
That's the secret, man.
I always have the AWP.
The Bardolph bait, they call that.
Yeah, the salty ones.
MP9 and nothing else to write home about. God, this really is just looking dire for INTZ. We might not see too much of this second half. Zan's looking to change things.
No.
Oh my God, they were all doing the dance. It was a silent disco, a blind disco. Sensory overload for Zand and KNG. They're gone. And just 3 remain.
FURIA not racing into the B bomb site just yet. They don't know what lies beyond. They're being very careful, not giving anything away to INTZ, and maybe they can dispose of whatever weapon Yuri had. We'll try to. I'm not sure if they can do it from up there. Maybe there's a window.
Calling it now. Cello's about to do something crazy with this Deagle. I can feel it in my bones.
Okay,
come on.
What Alex says. He's running distraction, though, so maybe Yell to activate. That's not going to work out either. FURIA have just got the people in the right place. Destiny could do some damage for the long term. Does he get a knife kill here? No, it doesn't look like he... Oh, no! That's so awkward! Okay, he gets there in the end. I think there's value in that. He's probably getting 1 kill most of the time.
Yeah.
It's the T economy, so I think prioritizing his own money with the knife, I support that message.
$1,500. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's gonna, yeah, that's probably gonna really give them a nice cushion.
They really need that money.
Let's see that again. Look at this. Everyone was just doing the flashbang dance. Then the fight that began. Nice work from Keserato and Abel J. FURIA, they really have fully embraced the Krieg. Look at that. 4 Kriegs. KNG's not feeling sunshine and rainbows right now, and understandably so. This was their map pick. This is where they thought they had their best shot.
Could they squeeze out 2 AWPs, I wonder, if they want to? I mean, can be very common on train. But it doesn't mean they have to do that. We'll see what they choose to do with that extra money.
Interesting that it was a FURIA pause. Could have been a graphical error, but they've done this before. Call those pauses 5 Kriegs.
You love to see it.
5. These players, they realize it's a strong weapon if you practice, right? That's what all the pros are saying. It's like, yes, if you can use it, it's definitely strong. Statistically, it's better than the AK-47.
So maybe the pause was just to discuss what is likely to be the buy from INTZ, especially with that knife kill. Straight out into the A-bomb site with some flashes over the top, but he's got a very nice angle. Vinny and Yuri with 2 frags. Molotov at the back of the site. FURIA executes on the T side, are fast, and they are swift. 4 versus 2, absolute deletions.
90 seconds still on the clock, James. We just watched INTZ stare at the wall until 20 seconds for their executes. FURIA giving us quite the contrast.
This is one of the most strongest parts of FURIA's plays, their armory, is how fast their executes are. They're fast and they're solid. They're detailed. They're not just fast and there's variance. They're fast and everything has a purpose.
Every smoke.
It slows things down. They know where Yell is roughly. They don't know where Zand is, I don't believe. They want the information, but he's seen the barrel of Vinny's gun, so he's got some info as well, and he looks for a potential second kill.
He can crouch into this.
Oh, no!
Zand, he's going to be kicking himself. A huge opportunity squandered, and now Yell, he has to go clutch. Jumps for the info. Abel's already exposed himself. Can't find the first. Somehow gets a second shot, but he will be hunted down. That's 15. And FURIA, loud and completely in control.
Feels bad, man. Give me the feels bads in chat. Feels bad, man. You can't really blame him for that. That's just horrible Counter-Strike timing. So in the 5 rounds, INTZ have had 1 survivor. Barely anybody to tell the tale.
Yao gave it his best shot. He really did.
That's unreal, man. What can you do?
Yeah, 100% first bullet accuracy. A nade softens him up. FURIA, this does look fantastic for INTZ. They tried to replicate the same sort of pace, and this time they've been met by utility and spray. 2 bodies already litter the battlefield, both in FURIA gaming jerseys. Nice work from Keserato to try and equalize, or at least a step in that direction. A Molotov will be picked up. Excuse me, an incendiary. I know some of you get upset about that. They've won 2v4s, they've won egos. FURIA far from out of this round. They have the utility as well. Looks like Art's lining up a smoke. Keserato has a Molotov for a little later in this round. It will be the ramp smoke coming out as well. Flash in response.
Beautifully timed counter flash. Keserato will be delayed moving in, but they've got the smokes up. Their HG will be some bonus damage, and KG can't transfer to the second player. Does he go for a side plant, Arts, or is he going for the middle of the towers? Again, the high ground advantage could be key, but with the scout, that won't be the most ideal weapon. Yuri spots him, has the angle, deep flashes. FURIA concentrating on position, looking to play for the win. Yell taken out, beautiful stuff. Now they've got both ends of the train yard for the time being, or do they? Destiny's coming down the ramp, and Cello's here to take out the bomb carrier, or at least try to.
Good damage.
Very easy rotation to the A-bomb site, so FURIA now stuck in CT spawn. They don't realize where Destiny is. They know where Cello is, and they will try to avoid him, and they may run into Destiny while doing that.
He's just low on oil.
You can hear the scope of Arts. So he's got the free information. There's the bomb. Look at the clock and the time on the clock now. 17 seconds. Yuri's got to go quick. He sees him by oil, and Destiny only has so many places he can hide, but he's just wasting as much time as possible. 10 seconds. He can do this, because Cello's coming in from the other side. You've got to commit to the bomb plant now. He might have the sound cues from Cello. He's going to be able to plant the bomb in time, and this is still doable. FURIA can still win the map with this position. With the Krieg as well, he's so much better equipped than the French gun. Going for the reload, trying to brace him out. Straight in the head, and that is a monstrous game of train from FURIA.
16-5, it's not even close. They came in with fury, and they are looking happy with Yuri. There he is, a fantastic performance. Remember the top of the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, that was awesome. They are a stronger team for sure. I think they showed that with the T executes. They're so good at this, but to do it with pace like that on train, in those tight choke points. Just shows you how strong FURIA can be. INTZ again, it's the issues that we see before with the problems on the T side takes. Alex, you look like you want to say something.
7 opening kills, 7 multi-kill rounds from Yuri. Huge performance in that one on the CT side as well as the T side.
That's awesome stuff for Yuri. And again, I mean, the thing is, right, as good as FURIA were score-wise and so on, that Art's not even getting started yet.
That's
he
true.
Missed a lot of shots
and yet they
on that CT side.
prevail with the 16-5.
Yeah, their team cleaned up. I mean, they've got stronger fundamentals, stronger teamwork and so on. You saw that with the 2-man play on the T side towards the B-bomb site as well. And it's time for the desk to break that one down. Over to you guys.